Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name is Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning in northeast Nebraska, where after 4 hours of deliberation, a jury has reached a verdict in the Carrie Jones homicide trial. Hanky Hazelton has more from the courthouse.
In the final statements of the Carrie Jones trial, the prosecution asked, would we even be here if it wasn't for Carrie? Because according to her husband, she was a very difficult woman, which led the prosecution to believe Jason was just a puppet on stage with Carrie behind the curtains, pulling the strings to have him do whatever she wanted at a moment's notice. But the defense says, why was Carrie arrested on December 16th? 5 months later, after the murders happened on August 4th, because Carrie wasn't afraid to talk with investigators, whether it be at their office or hers. She was not a risk to anyone, they claim. But they said the state needed a confession. And in their last statement to the jury, they said, look, we are asking you to hold Carrie accountable for what happened after the crimes were committed after 3 a.m., not for killing Jean Twyford. And just a few short minutes ago, the jury made their final decision and the judge delivered what will be Carrie's future.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn the above entitled cause, do find the defendant, Carrie M. Jones, as to count 1, guilty of murder in the first degree, as to count 2, guilty of tampering with physical evidence, guilty. As to count 3, guilty of accessory to a felony, signed by the presiding juror.
After that verdict was read, I was able to talk with a family member who spoke on behalf of both the Twyfords and Ebelings and said they were very happy with today's outcome, and especially her being found guilty on first-degree murder. Now, Carrie's trial has been set for November 20th at 9 a.m. in Cedar County, and that will determine whether she is going to spend life in prison. In Madison County, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
In California, the Canyon Fire in Los Angeles and Ventura County spreading rapidly, forcing evacuations there. The blaze ignited early Thursday afternoon near Lake Piru in the Los Padres National Forest. Reed Binion has the latest.
Yet another wildfire has erupted in Southern California. The Canyon Fire started Thursday afternoon, initially estimated at 30 acres in size, but it spread quickly and was at more than 1,000 acres within 2 hours. Evacuations were ordered, and by Thursday evening, the flames had scorched close to 5,000 acres. The blaze, which started in Ventura County and rapidly moved into Los Angeles County, came as firefighters already had their hands more than full with the nearby Gifford Fire, for which new evacuation orders and warnings were issued Thursday. It has burned nearly 100,000 acres and was just 15% contained as of Thursday night.
Our firefighters out there are doing a good job, but the terrain is steep.
The helicopters are a great tool for the firefighting that we're doing out here. They can work deeper into the canyons.
Meanwhile, in Colorado, an otherworldly haze enveloping the landscape as the Lee Fire rages near the town of Meeker. The blaze has already burned tens of thousands of acres, and firefighters are also contending with the Elk Fire nearby. All this coming as Hawaii observes the somber second anniversary of the deadly fires on Maui. Friday marks 2 years since the blazes killed more than 100 people and caused $6 billion in damages. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Reed mentioned those wildfires in western Colorado. They've exploded in size and are now raging out of control. Both the Lee and Elk fires have burned tens of thousands of acres, threatening homes near the town of Meeker. The Lee fire has scorched at least 45,000 acres. It's Colorado's largest wildfire this year. The nearby Elk Fire has burned more than 14,000 acres. Both were sparked by lightning. Both are currently uncontained. The firefighters are battling not just flames, but steep terrain, dry vegetation, and record heat. Red flag warnings in effect through Saturday. Wind gusts are expected to be at 35 miles per hour. And smoke from those fires is billowing into Nebraska. Residents in the Panhandle, in particular, seeing diminished air quality Friday, according to Environmental Protection Agency data.
Maintain, nourish, and support your health by visiting our Good Health, Good Life shopping tab. You'll find select multivitamins, probiotics, and more, designed for you. make the good life even better and promote your health in 2025.
A Mayday call came into Norfolk Dispatch Thursday afternoon after a plane took off from Norfolk Regional Airport. It wasn't much longer before authorities from the Madison County Sheriff's Office and Norfolk Police were able to find this plane down in a bean field east of the city between Norfolk and Omaha Avenues. The only person in the plane, a man from Wisconsin who was not hurt. He said he was dealing with engine trouble, tried to get back to Norfolk, but realized he wouldn't be able to make it. Law enforcement says the man made an emergency landing in the field. A federal board is opening a formal investigation into the explosion and fire at the Horizon Biofuels facility in Fremont that killed 3 people. The U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board, known as the CSB, made that announcement on Thursday. Its chairperson issued a statement saying the incident should never have happened. The agency wants to prevent similar tragedies from occurring again. Now, the CSB doesn't issue citations or fines. Instead, they make safety recommendations to companies, industry groups, and labor organizations. That blast at Horizon Biofuels killed employee Dylan Danielson and his 2 young daughters. The state fire marshal's office has said an accidental dust fire sparked the explosion. An embattled fraternity once the subject of rape allegations and widespread protests is returning to UNL's campus. Phi Gamma Delta announced its return to its house on R Street last month. The reintegration comes after the fraternity was suspended from UNL's campus for 5 years back in 2021. That after a 17-year-old girl alleged she'd been sexually assaulted by a 19-year-old fraternity member in August of that year. Charges were never filed, an arrest was never made, but students and community members descended on the fraternity house, protesting against what they said was Fiji's reputation of mistreatment of women. UNL's director of fraternity and sorority life says the university's been working with local and national representatives with Phi Gamma Delta over the last year. The fraternity will be allowed to recruit when classes resume later this month, but it won't be fully reintegrated until next year. Officials also don't expect fraternity members to be living in the R Street house this school year, but events will be hosted there. Norfolk Middle School getting ready to welcome students back with some fresh renovations. Originally slated for completion this November, the renovations wrapped up ahead of schedule last month, just in time for the upcoming school year. The estimated $6.8 million project includes a new addition to the east side of the building and a new front entrance. It also features new office space, classrooms, and added space for the band and orchestra.
So we created a new addition to the building, added a safe and secure front entrance. Within the addition, we have new office space. The old offices that were behind us here have been turned into classrooms. Above the new offices, we've added space for our band, orchestra, choir.
The open house gave the students and parents the opportunity to check out the new additions. Norfolk Middle School is home to about 600 5th and 6th graders who begin school next Tuesday. A Thursday night filled with drums, dancing, and singing for a Nebraska tribe, the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, hosting its 31st annual Pow Wow this weekend. Many grew up knowing about their culture and its importance, but organizers say this event also helps those who aren't as familiar with their tribal customs.
I do have 2 younger sisters, and me and my mom and my family made it a point to make sure that they know where they're coming from and to participate and to understanding the meaning of dancing.
The tribe split into 5 different service areas around Nebraska, but they gathered together just south of Niobrara State Park to celebrate their culture annually. Groups Thursday played drums, others danced and walked around the arena. The powwow will continue throughout the weekend. And athletes from across Nebraska and beyond are proving that age is just a number as they connect and compete at this year's Nebraska Senior Games. Peter Rice has more from the opening day of competition.
The Nebraska Senior Games are underway in Kearney, and it's giving older athletes from across Nebraska and beyond a chance to reconnect, compete, and celebrate the joy of movement. Many table tennis competitors saw the Senior Games as a chance to reignite their athletic journeys while also connecting with old and new friends.
I haven't done anything for 2 years, but I think the most important thing is that we're back, and I think for me, bringing love, light, and laughter to everybody that I meet every day is the most important thing in my life.
Anita from Grand Island has played in the Nebraska Senior Games every year since they began, minus the last 2, and often does so with her closest friends. This year, a last-minute invite brought her literally back to the table. She teamed up with Silvana, a seasoned competitor and advocate for senior sports, who brings a long history of involvement and a mission to compete in as many different competitions as possible.
There's not very many states that might have senior games, so I want to definitely support Nebraska. It's wonderful that we have this opportunity.
Silvana and her teammates travel across the country for senior competitions and recently competed at the USA National Senior Games, where athletes must first qualify to secure a spot. In addition to the competition, table tennis offers more than just fun, with competitors saying it provides vital exercise for the brain and body.
They ask, how do you keep looking so young? And I told them, I taught PE for 32 years. I played every day of my life. I've missed it the last 2 years. And
table tennis is very, very good for seniors because of the eye-action coordination. The brain is activated. It's a welcoming sport that welcomes all ages.
From pickleball, weightlifting, card games, and even to table tennis, the Nebraska Senior Games keep seniors active, engaged, and smiling.
If I can still come and make people happy and make them laugh and get to have some fun and do some activity, I think that's what the Senior Games are about, and bringing joy to everybody here.
Each point played and every connection made on these tables proves that the spirit of sport never grows old and simply evolves with experience. From Kearney, Peter Rice, News Channel Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. This is News Channel Nebraska.